Hello. Today I'm going to be doing my May wrap-up, haul and a TBR for June. So first of all, I'd like to say that I was on holiday for the first week of May. I went to Iceland and it was brilliant. It was my first ever holiday outside the UK and I really enjoyed it. This obviously did affect my ability to read, considering I didn't read for that week, and indeed the week after that I also didn't read because I was trying to get back into the usual day-to-day things, so it's affected my reading quite heavily. So as a result, I've only actually read one book this month, and that book, however, is an absolutely amazing book, and it is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, which I have filmed a review for and I have to edit it probably later on today. This book, quite simply though, was brilliant. It's about a virtual world environment that the real world has actually kind of become almost addicted to. And there's events in the virtual world that affect the real world and vice versa. And it has a lot of 80s cultural references in it, which made me smile, especially as I actually knew almost every single reference in this book, which I was actually surprised about because I didn't expect to, but somehow I did. Yeah, brilliant book. So that's it for the books I've read. Extremely short month, as I said. Now I'll start off with my haul, which includes 6 books this month. The first of which I thought I would start with the most well known, and that would be 2001 Space Odyssey by Arthur C. Clarke. This has obviously been made into a film, rather well known as well, and it's actually quite a thin book, surprisingly. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this. Unfortunately, it does have a black shiny cover, so every time I put my fingers on it, it stays there, and it's a bit of a not ideal. Oh well. The second book is also Arthur C. Clarke, and this is Songs of Distant Earth. Now, this book is one that I've heard of before. Obviously, it is considered a one of the sci-fi sort of classics, and I don't really know a ton about it. I know it's to do with something arrives, some kind of object arrives in Earth's orbit, and things occur because of it. I don't really know much. Now, the third book is the third Arthur C. Clarke. Don't worry, there is no more Arthur C. Clarke after this. Not this month anyway. And that would be this one, Fountains of Paradise. This is the Sci-Fi Masterworks edition, which I've actually got 2 more that belong to this series amongst this all as well. This is to do with a sci-fi, and it's to do with a space elevator essentially. His idea of what a space elevator could be, and it sounds a really good book. The fourth book is I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. This is also a sci-fi masterwork, and this is a science fiction psychological horror, I believe is what you would classify it as. It's a really good book from what I know. Obviously, the Will Smith film of the same name is based off it, not that closely, but still. And I'm actually looking forward to reading this as well. I'd love to see how it differs from the film, and indeed I will do a book movie comparison as well, which should be interesting. The fifth and penultimate book is Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. This is another science fiction novel. Actually, they're all science fiction today. And it's about a man who essentially becomes more intelligent due to something which I'm not going into. I've always wanted to read it for a long time now. But I'd completely forgotten about this book until only a month or 2 ago when another booktuber, Books and Pieces, she reminded me of this book. And finally, the last book is Existence by David Brin. This is also another sci-fi book, and is also the only big book, so to speak, amongst this set. They're all actually small books, all under 350 pages, other than this one, which is 600 and just over 650 pages. So it's a bit bigger. It sounds a good book. I don't know much about it, but I do have other David Brin books around that area. I've got about 4 or 5 other books from him, and I like them, so this should be a good one. So, finally onto the 2 books I want to read this month. No, not want to read, will read this month. The first one is Stardust by Neil Gaiman. This is one of the books that I said I would read last month and I never did. And it's still part of my viewer's choice from April, I believe it was. So yeah, I'm going to do a book movie comparison with this as well. I'm quite looking forward to reading it. And the other book is a rather large book. Actually, it's one of the largest I've got. Not the largest though. And that is Infinite Jest, which is big. Let's say that. So I'm going to read this one. I'm going to read Stardust probably this week. And then this I will read within... I might read it next weekend, or possibly next week, depending when I get around to it. But yes, that's it for this video. If you've read any of the books that I've talked about, then please let me know. I would be interested to know what other people think of them. Obviously, if you have read the books that I've hauled, then obviously don't mention anything too detailed, because of course I haven't read them. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you another day. Bye for now.